Good morning and welcome back to another episode of Lancer Central. We have a lot of action coming up this weekend here in Farmville, with baseball kicking off their season and a basketball doubleheader. Later in the episode, we'll be talking about the impact Deshaun Wade has had on the men's basketball program. So to switch things up a little bit this week, we're highlighting the top 3 plays from, you guessed it, number 3, Deshaun Wade. At number 3, we've got the ball in Hill's hands. He'll kick it out for the wide open jumper from number 3, nothing but net. And that is just 1 3 of 3 of his threes that game. He finishes the game with 9 points against High Point. As you can see, the crowd is going crazy for him. At number 2, we'll take it to Upstate. Isaiah Wilkins will have the ball right here. He kicks it wide, step back, 3-pointer, swish, and 1. He will cash in that 3-pointer and the free throw to follow it for the huge win over Upstate last week. And at number 1, Longwood at Charleston Southern here. Wade's got the ball driving in from the wing, puts a spin move on him, and grabs that bucket. And again, an and 1, and he'll get that point in the huge win over Charleston Southern on the road. As mentioned, baseball's opening weekend is finally here, and they kick things off at home here in Farmville. They will be hosting University of Maryland Eastern Shore all weekend long, and then on Tuesday they will welcome the River City foe, the VCU Rams. After that game, the team will hit the road to take on the number 10 nationally ranked NC State Wolfpack. After opening weekend for softball, Emily Vinson earned her first Big South Co-Freshman of the Week honor. In her Lancer debut, Vinson batted .500, going 7 for 14 at the plate, grabbing her first 2 career doubles, 6 runs, and swatted her first homer out of the park in the 8-7 comeback victory over Fresno State on Friday. Longwood has another trip coming up this weekend as well, paying a visit to Arkansas for the Razorback Invitational. They'll be competing once again amongst top-ranked teams in the country, like number 10 Arkansas, number 25 Wichita State, Illinois, and Western Illinois. And if you can believe it, we are less than 2 weeks away from the 2022 Hercules Tire Big South Basketball Tournament. That'll take place March 1st through the 6th in Charlotte, North Carolina. Throughout the season, we have talked about all the historic moments for both basketball programs. This week, Lancer Central's highlights Deshaun Wade and Griff Aldrich's relationship and how the duo has helped each other and the program progress to what it is today.
Deshaun was really well known to one of our former assistant coaches. So we got to see film on him both as a high school player and then a little bit at his time at East Carolina. We thought he was a really good shooter, thought he was a big physical guard, weren't really sure what type of ball handler and scorer he would be. But we thought, he would be a tough player who really competed.
When I came here, I was just more of just a shooter or whatever. But coming here now, I'm a pretty good defender. I have a lot more IQ with the game. I understand, our goals offensively and defensively. This
is now year 4 for me. When we got here, the primary thing we wanted to do was to really establish a strong culture and to do it with the type of young men and student athletes who we thought, would emulate, the values that we really wanted to promote. Deshaun has been that, throughout his time.
When I first came here, like we all think, you have a pretty good handle on life and, you don't think you have any problems. You don't think there's anything really bad with you. But I think Griff has really helped me realize my problems not only on the court. Like, you have the same problems on the court and they can really mess you up in life too. Like, if you're gonna be lazy on the court, you can be lazy in life. If you're not gonna try to lead your team every day and you're going to take days off on the game, you're going to take days off in life.
One of the things that we have been challenging him even last year and then into this year is not only to lead by example, but to ensure that his teammates are also doing what's expected of them.
It means a lot to know that I have such a big impact on these guys. For one, it keeps me on my toes because I know I can never really take a day off. But at the same time, it's kind of like humbling because when you mess up, everybody's looking at you.
I have a great deal of confidence when Deshaun's on the court. I know what I'm going to get from him on the defensive end, which is a consistent effort and one of the top defenders in the conference. To on the offensive end, I have a confident, seasoned, senior guard who is very comfortable playing a critical role for this team.
If you told me when I first got here that we was going to go on an 11-game streak, I would have probably laughed at you. But, just preaching, sticking to the process and, just improving every single day, it's amazing what can happen in 3 years. So, it's really surreal.
The ceiling for this team is still significantly higher than what we've seen. I think if we can put a consistent 40 minutes of basketball together, I think this team is certainly a very formidable team.
And the men's senior day is this Saturday at 7 p.m. against Hampton. We hope to see you all there. And that game will directly follow the women's game, who will be taking on Presbyterian, and that game will begin at 3 o'clock. A lot of exciting things coming up for Longwood as the spring seasons are underway and basketball prepares for the postseason play. As always, to stay up to date with all the news and every game, match, and win for your favorite Longwood teams, follow us on social media at Longwood Lancers. That'll do it for this episode of Lancer Central. I hope you all have a great weekend. And of course, I'm Emily McNamara, and I'll see you next time.